I spent a few days in Cuba saying goodbye to my family, who were also emigrating, before returning to Spain and my reality. As you know, I bought an apartment and am remodeling it to my liking, so today we're starting a new chapter of the renovation. Hi, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. I'm Anita Mateo, I'm Cuban, I live in Spain, I bought a little place here in Galicia, and you are going to be part of all the changes I'm going to be making in my house because it's the first time I've ever had a house, you know? My love, I come from Cuba. Do you know when I ever imagined buying a house while I was living in Cuba? Never, unless I inherited it, but with such a big family, I knew nothing would come to me. We didn't have much to inherit anyway. I made my life here in Spain, and this is my little apartment. Incredibly, the same apartment I've always lived in, the one I rented, the landlord told me, "Do you want to buy it? Because I want to sell it." And I said, "Oh my God, I don't have any money, give me a year," and I did it. Subscribe, give it a like, and all that stuff. Well, I'm back from Cuba now. You saw some little videos from Cuba, then how I felt when I came back from Cuba. Very sad. I've been very sad for a few days, but you know what? The sun came out, and I think that affects my mood. I'm going to take some vitamin D. I take my vitamin D and I feel better. It's important to take them with food. Hey, I told you that I didn't like my kitchen. My kitchen, well, it's nice, but right now it's a little messy, okay? But there's a problem. This orange table I have here, I've never liked it. But since it wasn't my house, I said, I'm not going to invest in a house that's not mine. But now it's my house, and I started looking for ideas on the internet, and I thought, what can I do to change the table? But I don't want to have a regular dining table. Honestly, I have a lot of clutter. I don't want to have a regular dining table. I want to have something different. I don't really like the orange table because the colors don't match. So I came up with a pretty interesting idea. I thought about putting in an island. An island. But Anita, are you going to build one? Are you really about to do something crazy? What are you going to do? No, my love, I'm not going to build an island. I'm not going to do any of that. I just have butterfingers today. I'm just going to put in a rolling island. Yes, some islands are sold on Amazon or in home stores. They're islands with small wheels. See that thing between the boxes? That's my island. I already ordered it from Amazon. So today we're going to remodel the kitchen together. This is my kitchen, picture here, and this is the island I ordered. So my idea is for it to look like this. I made it with ChatGPT. Now it should look like this, not like this. This one right here, independent, empowered woman, has to assemble the island. I'm unsure about asking for help since I've never assembled furniture like this. It's complicated, so just stay with me while I put my island together. Here it is, it's this big box. Well, actually, it's two really big boxes. Alright, let's put it together later. I have to go out now and we'll assemble it when I return. The room is already set up the way I like. Now it's time for the kitchen because I already told you the kitchen was the next thing I was going to change. And well, I also bought, besides the stuff for the island, I bought this little table. Oh my gosh, it's a table to put the record player on because I have that record player, you know, with vinyl records and all that. Let's open this up. And I wanted this little table, which I also saw online. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really look at things like clothes or makeup. Well, I do that too, but lately I look at a lot more things for the house. Like I'm more interested in looking at things for the house, okay? A bunch of pieces over here. And well, I also wanted to talk to you all. These must be the instructions. I wanted to talk a little more about life stuff too. A little table, this must be the top part, life stuff. Because after my trip to Cuba, I don't understand. What's that? Like talking to criticize you for everything? While I put these things together, I want to talk to you about those things too. Let's get comfortable. I don't know why people get involved in others' lives instead of minding their own business. I'm just a simple content creator who shares my life and my experiences. So, well, I've been attacked by people for no reason. Just because I went to Cuba again, even though maybe at some point I said I didn't want to go back to Cuba anymore. This one also has wheels, so I can move it wherever I want. First of all, I can do whatever I want with my life. If I ever said I didn't want to go to Cuba, it's true. I didn't want to, but I went anyway. You can't imagine what it's like to be far from your family. Almost all my family is in Cuba, and every day my family would write to me, "When are you coming? We miss you. When are you coming? We miss you." My mother, my father, my sister, my nephew. I felt guilty for not wanting to go and for telling them, "I can't right now, I can't right now, I can't right now." And there comes a moment when you feel bad, you feel guilty, because just imagine it's your family. Then my mom says to me, Lori, because my mom calls me Lori, and we decided to go to Brazil. I had the money, my mom sold her house, and that money was for her to come to Spain when her papers arrived. I had that money here. I had to send it back. She said it was to emigrate to Brazil, which shocked me since the plan was for them to come to Spain, but they chose Brazil instead because they had some friends who told them yes, to go there, that they were going to help them. It was a journey that would take a few days. It wasn't that difficult, but it was expensive. That's true. A lot of people helped them. I and many others helped them financially so they could make it, so they could all go together as a family and not be separated. Because my mom has another partner who is my stepfather, and she has 3 children with him, who are the ones that always live together with them. I always lived with my grandmother. Well, not always. I did live with them for a while, but I mostly lived with my grandmother. They are a family unit, the 5 of them. So they decided to leave, and I was like, I'm not going to be selfish and say, oh, but why don't you come to Spain? I know that in Brazil, maybe it's not Spain, but Brazil is a country where they will be much better off than in Cuba. Much, much better. And I supported them 100%. I supported their decision. Whether they want to stay in Brazil or if they want to come here in the future. I don't mind. The only thing I want is for them to be happy, for them to be okay. But I had to go say goodbye. My mom tells me that and she says, oh, I wish you could come because now I don't know when I'll be able to see you again. My residency was expiring this May, and I wasn't going to be able to go to Cuba and not see them. It was going to be hard for me because my mom and siblings are my family and mean everything to me. So I said, well, I made a sacrifice and decided to go. I didn't really want to, but I said I'll go and I'll do everything I can. Because those days that we're together, I'm only going to be there for a few days, but I'll do my best to make sure those days we spend together are beautiful. That's why I decided to rent this house. That's why we all went together to that place. My brother too, my brother-in-law, my nephew, my best friend, my aunt, everyone. I also visited my dad in his city. It was just a few days, but they were wonderful and meaningful. So, to those saying, didn't you say you weren't going to Cuba anymore? Why does it matter if I go to Cuba? It's my life, it's my family, it's my decision. How does it affect you? Do you live in my head? Do you know why I make my decisions based on what I'm going through? Maybe you say, I'm not going to eat sweets anymore, and then you eat sweets again. Why do you care? And I don't get involved in that. You do whatever you want. So why do you care if I go to Cuba? I go to Cuba because I want to, because my family is in Cuba. And it's going to be a really tough journey, really difficult. It's not as hard as other journeys, but it was very tough because things happened during that journey that weren't planned. And those were very tense and very hard days for me, so I wanted to say goodbye to them. Why do you care? Why do you care? I went to Cuba because I wanted to, it's my family, and I went to say goodbye. And then there are other people commenting like, why do you go in and out of Cuba so easily? Guys, I'm taking a risk by going in and out of Cuba, but I'm taking that risk because I want to see my family. I talk about Cuba, I talk about the reality of Cuba. Can it affect you, or could you go unnoticed? I'm not sure. I went unnoticed, which is why I go to Cuba. Still, I'm always very scared at the airport. I'm taking a risk. It's not that I'm anyone special, it's just that I literally go and I'm taking a risk. Because I have all my family in Cuba, and now I have them scattered around the world, pretty much. Well, anyway, I'm going to see if I can put this together, and when I do, I'll see you then. Because I'm not going to record the whole process for you either. Because honestly, oh my god, look at this. Look at the state of this table. It might seem complicated, but I've assembled other furniture before and it wasn't hard. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. I don't know if it's because I've already assembled several pieces of furniture in my life, so it's much easier for me now. Like knowing the sequence of putting things together, the first time I ever assembled a piece of furniture in my life. Let me know down in the comments if you've done it. Like, it was terrible, I made mistakes, I did things backwards, I had to take it apart, but now I'm pretty good at it. I mean, in 5 minutes I already put all of this together. I'm going to continue, I'll show you the final result in a bit. And well, look how cute it turned out. I mean, I love it, and one really nice thing about this piece of furniture is that I can move it wherever I want. I can slide it around. I really like this because I keep all my records here. So far I only have these, mostly gifts. I haven't bought any myself, but I love it and always wanted one. When I was in Cuba, I used to say that someday I would have many of the things I have now, the life I have now. There are so many things that at some point in my life in Cuba I used to imagine and talk about. I hope to have the chance to get these someday, even though they're just silly, basic material things. But when you're a little girl and you see those things in movies, you feel so limited and like you can't have anything, and you only see it on TV, for example. You'd say, I wish I had something nice like that one day. This was given to me as a gift, but it's a very beautiful gift, very special to me because music makes me happy, it brings me joy more than any material thing. It's like it helps with my mood, and I love that all the records were given to me as gifts, and they're all from singers that I like. That's how the furniture turned out. It's so pretty, I love it. I'm not sure what to do with this little table, the old one. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. Hi, it's a new day since I don't do everything at once. Let's assemble the kitchen island now. I'm most excited about it, but it's also the hardest, and I usually leave the hardest tasks for last. But anyway, here they are. They're 2 huge boxes, but I'm dying to remodel my kitchen and put in this island to see how it turns out, because that will also let me try a recipe. At the end of this video, we'll try out our island by making a recipe. Just like a cooking show, the kind I think are super cute, with everything organized, everything looking nice. I still need to buy the seats, to sit down, because I'm also going to use it for eating. But anyway, let's put it together. So, come with me, this is much bigger. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I've never put something like this together in my life. I'm not the best at making decisions when it comes to assembling or taking apart packages, since I always break the box. Well, I'm going to take my time, and as I make some progress, I'll record it to see if it works. Or maybe I have to call someone to help me. Okay, there are way too many pieces here. I don't think I can put this together alone. I'll need help from at least 3 or 4 people. I was just looking at the manual, and this manual isn't the same as the other one. Aguerta. This is very complicated. But well, Anita, you're an engineer. You studied similar things in college, assembling and disassembling. I think I can do it. I don't know, you tell me. There are too many steps. I'm going to trust myself and try this alone without help. Do you think Anita should ask for help or not? Let me know in the comments. Trust me, or if you don't, well, I always trust myself. Okay, step number 1 is to organize by number. Everything comes with a little number next to it, so you can organize yourself and follow the diagram. I still need to organize these little pieces here, the ones you see there, but these over here are already organized.
5 hours later, and silly Anita couldn't assemble the island. In the end, she had to ask for help and got stressed out and overwhelmed by this thing. That laugh, I don't know if it was real. She was really stressed out. I was watching her.
That's how it turned out. The island is already assembled after a pretty stressful day. So yesterday I went to IKEA and bought 2 counter stools, which are 2 chairs that are taller, and now we're going to assemble them. In fact, here's the first one. I have a lot. Oh my gosh, my chicken is burning. I'm cooking. Wait a moment, because I'm cooking and I think my food is going to burn. I bought 2 small white chairs like these, also tall for the island, planning to set them up like this for me here. To sit down and eat, and also use the island to cook. I don't think they're that hard. The hardest thing to put together was the island. Honestly, I'm really excited to set up my home. I like it. I'm really enjoying it, Oh, how is it turning out? By the way, look at my lunches. Lately, I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible. Sometimes I make the effort, sometimes I really want to eat some French fries, something ultra-processed, but I don't know. You reach an age where you get excited about buying things for your home, getting your place set up, and eating healthy. I can't explain it. I wasn't like this at 20, but now I am. And well, here I have spinach, sweet potato in the air fryer, chicken breast, and I'm also making 2 boiled eggs. Because I'm going to the gym, and I don't know, now I like to take care of myself, I like to eat healthy, I like to eat these foods, I like doing this. Sometimes you eat something that's not so healthy, but in general, I like to create my routine like this to romanticize my life this way. I don't know, I recommend it to you, it's quite satisfying. I'm going to have lunch, and I'm going to set up my little chairs. And, well, I wanted to recommend to you, many people ask me about the food I give Phoebe, and I give her this food from Food For Yo. I have a discount code for this brand. I'll be leaving it here for you, and I'll also be leaving it in the description. There's a direct link in case you want to subscribe. So your furry friend can have this natural food. It replaces kibble and is much healthier. I love it. Well, I don't eat it, but Phoebe does, and Phoebe loves it. She's been eating this food for a long time now, and it keeps for quite a while. Well, I freeze it and then take it out for Phoebe. I defrost it. She eats about half of this. I give her half, and tomorrow I give her the other half, and she devours it in 2 seconds.
Here is Anita trying once again to be Bob the Builder. She takes 5 hours to assemble one piece and thinks she's the best just because she builds furniture alone.
And well, now I'm gonna show you how my kitchen turned out. I loved it. I don't know about you, but I loved it. It was exactly what I was looking for. Now this kitchen feels like what I wanted. Here's how it looks with the little chairs. I wanted to organize more, but let's be realistic. I'm realistic. I show you everything just as it is. I bought this fruit basket, which has everything in it except fruit. I put glasses in it. Well, anyway, I'm supposed to take this out, so let's do it. The fruit will go here. It's a bit messy, and I found this cute little plant. And here, Anita will record recipe videos like, hello, well, without all this mess here. Hello, how are you? Today we're going to make rice with greasy. I love it. I feel like it gives a really nice aesthetic. And what I like the most is that I designed it myself. It was my idea. I found everything myself. I put it all together with help, of course. I put the chairs together by myself and I assembled the island with help. But I love it. So here I've already stored some things, and of course the island has storage, see? Here I stored some kitchen things. Well, I don't have anything here. I have a lot of space to store things. Here I stored olive oil, this coffee maker, which I bought at Zara Home. Look how pretty it is. It's made of glass. Here I stored coffee. I stored several little things. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I no longer have that orange table in my kitchen, which I never really liked, to be honest. Well, actually, I moved the table up to the attic I have upstairs. I have a bunch of things stored there that I don't know if I'll ever sell, use, or give to someone who needs them. But in the meantime, this is my new kitchen. The living room looks like this. Here's my record player, how it turned out. Also, it's a bit of a mess. My sofa has little blankets. Because it's white and my dog is black, you know, it gets dirty. Here's the bedroom. I still haven't bought, well, I wanted to buy a dresser, but I haven't been able to do it. I have my makeup stuff here, and this thing that was like a piece of furniture, it's actually meant for the entryway, but I don't know where to put it, you know? I have this in my entryway and don't want to remove the furniture because I like it. So, well, I put this here, I don't know, to hang coats, to put shoes. I still have this coat rack and the display cabinet because I haven't been able to, and you can't do everything at once. Here's Phoebe, how the bed turned out, and the nightstands. Honestly, my home has changed a lot, and I'm super happy. I love it, really. And, well, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, that it motivated you. If you want to make your house the way you like, do things the way I do, I feel like you look for the aesthetic you want and you buy things little by little. Not all at once, since that's not always possible. I gradually bought things and made my home the way I wanted it. I feel more comfortable at home and I like my house more. I don't know, I really love my new kitchen now because honestly, I didn't like the old one. But it's not like I was saying, oh, I can't live with that kitchen. It doesn't matter, they're just objects. But it's nice to arrange things the way you like, you know? When it's yours, you start to feel that attachment like it's your little home. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and see you next Sunday with a new video. Bye. And maybe in the next video we'll use lentils. First, because I didn't do it at the end of this one, and we're going to make a recipe there.